People wey dey for Irekpodun LCDA inside the Ojokoro Lagos don come outside and say no be small thing. NEPA for that side they take the eye see under IKEJA Electric company wey dey share light give them wey they call IKEDC, IKEJA Electricity Distribution Company. IKEDC go cut the light wey they go for Intola, Holy Peace, Lerato and Bakari plus other streets dem wey dey enjoy light for that area before they no see again. Na so darkness na full everywhere. Wey criminal come dey use take dey do bad things for there and say dey threaten people. Since wey dem call one of their officers wey im name be Fred go comot the light from transformer. They say Fred don put people for big wahala for that area. Na more than 200 family dem na dem no dey see light again for this corona lockdown wey dem give everybody. So meanwhile the people wey dem dey the area don yarn come outside talk say the stay for house order tear their pocket shishi no dey inside. They even chop sef get as e be come talk less of say na light matter. They say make government put mouth for the matter make e help them because light apart from say dem dey use am see road if you no dey mosquito dey do people shege wey go put sickness for dem body dem no go dey well again plus say criminal dey hide under darkness to do bad things.
táwọn oníléeṣẹ́ àpínná IKEDC tí wọ́n hù sí aráàlú wọ̀nyí lára àgbésẹ̀ bí wọ́n ṣe já iná ládùúgbò fẹ̀yìntọ́lá Holy Peace Lerato àti òpópónà Bákàrè àtàwọn yòókù nínú òkùnkùn bírímù ní àwọn aráàlú wà pàápàá bí ìwà ọ̀daràn bó ṣe pọ̀ ní ìgboro lẹ́yìn tí ọ̀kan lára òṣìṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ IKEDC tí wọ́n ń pè ní Fred wọ́n fẹ̀sùn kàn án pé ó yọ ẹ̀rọ apínná tí wọ́n ń pè ní transformer lára òpó èyí tí ń pínná fún aráàlú bẹ́ẹ̀ ló fà kíkọ́rí pé dandangbọ̀n ó dìgbà tí gbogbo àdúgbò bá san owó tán lẹ́ẹ̀kan so kí wọ́n tó rí náà wọn gbà padà ọ̀pọ̀ ṣòro lára àdúgbò ń kò lójú pàápàá lákòókò jókòó sílé COVID-19 ìdí rèé tí wọ́n fi ń rawọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ sí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àti àwọn aláṣẹ tí wọ́n mọ̀ nípa iná yìí pé kí wọ́n dákun dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà.
At this junction, we would like to have our contributors to discuss, and they're going to tell us their experience and what they feel about the IKEJA Electric, and we will have a former staff also among them who will speak about what happened behind the scene. He has worked with one of the disco. We don't want to mention. We're trying to keep his identity. He knows a lot about what is going on, and he's going to tell us how targets are being raised, how bosses tell regional managers, salesmen, and even linesmen to raise targets, including bribe. There's a target. There's a section. There's target for genuine taxation, because what you are doing is you tax people. You just put it on them. Then there's also a target for bribe. We're going to bring them in. Watch out shortly. So really, you are the next person to talk, Mr. Let's just call you Cletus now for the sake of this broadcast, and I appreciate the fact that you came all the way from your place far away in Ikorodu. I want to appreciate you because it's not easy during this COVID-19. We've been trying to get you in the last 2 weeks, and not even 2 years, I think since when we started the investigation. So please, what is this target all about, and what can you say about the IKEJA Electric and some of these discos?
Well. The target of the thing is just is a very big problem in the electric setup.
I want you to tell me your own experience. Why was it then, and why did you leave the system?
Okay, I could remember vividly then when I was still staff and we were being given target. I could remember then we had about 8 groups in that particular undertaking, and we were given targets, and it was 2 types of targets. Now the target one of the target was cash drive. That is the normal collection of B.
Cash drive.
Cash drive. That is normal collection of B. That is asking people to pay their bills and outstanding. We call it cash drive. So why the second target was based on bribe? Now
we call it bribe.
Yeah,
that is BRIBE.
Yes,
bribe.
And
cash drive and bribe.
That particular target was about 100,000 per each group. Then I could remember then, at the time, some group would meet up to 80,000. I remember then my group was really doing well because the leader of that group then, I think he was looking for favor from either the service manager or the marketing manager. So at the point in time, at least we were meeting up to 90,000, 80,000 every month.
Every month.
Every month.
I mean, is it that they just look at the particular area and look at how rich those people are, or the houses, the structures in those areas?
What they just do is that you have to just go and look for it.
They give you the instruction, the order.
You have to just go and look for it.
Just like in banking sector where
so most times when we get to the field, we even pray that people have not even paid their bills, so that we can always tell them that, okay, if you don't want us to disconnect your life, well, yeah, settle us. And at the end of the day, they settle us, and then we just move on. Then what we did then was, I think at every day we were saving, because that money was complete, except you want that group to be dissolved. And then,
oh, you mean that they even form these groups among you marketers and linesmen for this purpose, to generate that kind of fund?
And normally they know there are different marketers. Then under the different marketers would have different groups that are formed by linesmen. So what they do is that a particular marketer might handle two groups. So, but each target I was given to a group was about 100,000. I remember vividly then was 100,000, and then you have to just meet the target. So what we did then was that amidst those bribes, we were able to save maybe like 3,000 in a day, or let's say 4,000 to 5,000, because cumulatively at the end of the month you have to present
your report.
The report. And alongside,
no, are you saying you are saving that for yourself, or you give
for the
who is in charge, or who tells you to
service manager always
put the pressure on you?
The service manager, it might not indirectly put the pressure on you, but through the marketing manager, it will be pressurizing you that it has. And alongside, the car drive also must also complete too.
The real genuine money.
That one you must. In fact, that one is also an edict. You must also make sure that people pay. So that's why it is even better you pray that people, they've not paid now, you collect bribe, so you can be able to. That's why you see that sometimes some linesmen, they can even visit a particular house twice or thrice within a month. One is intentionally to come and say, okay, you've not paid, we are bribe us with 1,500 or 2,000. Then we used to call it Owomajano.
Owomajano. Money for them not to disconnect your lights.
Thank you. You just pay the money. After paying the money, then after like 1 week, we have to come back again to make sure that you pay the normal original money.
The cash drive.
Yeah, we have to come back again for that cash drive to make sure you pay the normal bill that you ought to pay. But at first, we have been able to derive the bribe from you, because that one has its own separate target that each group has to meet up with. So it has been like that, and I think that is what is still happening now. That's why I see that most times those linesmen and marketers, they misbehave. And the problem is that I think the thing actually is from, I would say, is from the top.
Oh, you think it's even a pyramid thing from the top?
It's a problem from the top.
Wow. Why?
Because to my best of knowledge, you find out that those money, maybe they collect 80 from this group, and that which is about 8 group.
Yes, that's almost 800,000 roughly.
Group.
Yes.
So there's a way they share it. As if the money also get to the DM, that is the business manager, because these guys are so confident that they will just feel that you can't do them anything.
Oh, so they believe Nigerians
cannot really do them anything. Because if you write a petition, who is the petition going to meet? It's going to meet the boss, and the boss knows that there is a certain amount of money that come into my account
from that
particular undertaking. So you find out that the such letter will just be swept under the carpet. Because so now, if the government is going to look into it deeply, you see that they are being threatened with their license. Their license are going to be withdrawn.
Okay, you mean the discos that are engaging in this?
Yes.
if these petitions go out,
yes,
the government should either review their licenses or threaten to take it from them.
Yes, now I want to even advise, but instead of even writing a petition to the BN, or just like IKEJA Electric now, writing to Alausa, IKEJA Electric,
yes,
the headquarters at Alausa, because all of them, I believe all of them are the same. But it's even better you write to the regulating,
the National Electric Regulation Commission.
Thank you. So that
NEC,
so that the activities can be looked into and then being put under condition that if these things repeat themselves again, we are going to
seize your license,
yes, we are going to
or discipline you or revoke your license.
Revoke your license, and also because in fact the corruption is so deep.
It's on a high level.
In fact, I think when it comes to corruption in Nigeria, I think the power sector should be number one.
Not even the police.
If we are not police, we already know police to be people that collect 100 naira
on the road.
On the road, just they some of the motorists, they already understand that logic. They lose some 100 naira in their pocket, but these ones are people that come to you pretending that they are good people, whereas they are evil. They come to you pretending that they are good people, whereas they are evil. And at the end of the day, they make sure they suck out money out of you.
They suck out funds anyhow.
In fact, they might even sometimes after making payment, just because of that target that they must meet on that bribe aspect of it, they can even tell you that we came today. Why did you just pay yesterday?
Why did you just pay yesterday?
Why did you pay since last week? Because they are dropping it.
We're going to disconnect you.
You are disconnecting or you see us.
So they do anything just anyhow.
Just anyhow.
And they talk anyhow. They don't have even courtesy. They don't even have a sense of relationship with the customer. They just talk as if anything happens and it goes.
Because of that particular target. So I just pray that the government will be able.
Did you think organizations like the Economic and Financial Crime Commission and maybe the State Security Service should look into this situation? How do you think these anti-corruption agencies and states, because when you talk about security, when a service provider is giving people chaos, then security is not going to be guaranteed. When people are pushed to the wall, like the issue we treated last week, the one of the Lerato, where one Mr. Tony was said to have gone disguising and he was not going to release his ID card and he was collecting money under a lockdown. And his boss, because the youth reacted, they asked him to identify himself and he got angry to go and report to his boss, and the boss decided to do a group disconnect the entire community because of just one singular person who acts. And in almost the same thing in almost everywhere, even those citizens that spoke. So what do you think should be the necessary solution?
Yes, it will be very okay if those anti-corruption agency come in and then look into the activities of these discos, because they have turned themselves into demigods. They believe they can do anything at their own way. So I think the best solution is for the anti-corruption agency to look into it, and so that they should look into the activity. It is very, very important that they look into the activity. Very, very, very important, because we have to be frank with you. The masses are suffering.
The masses
are suffering.
In those days, when you go to collect all this money, did it ever happen that they beat you up or there was a fight?
In fact, that was the major reason I had to leave.
Okay, that was the reason you resigned.
Yes, I had to just resign. At the time, I feel so sad, and I will begin to, what kind of a system is this?
Okay, your conscience started
and what kind of
disturbing you.
Yeah, what kind of a system is this? So I had to just resign and then move forward. Because it was a very bad system. Very, very bad system. And in fact, I said if we are ranking corruption, any corrupt agency in Nigeria, the power sector is number one. Power sector is number one.
Now, what do you think? Do you think this, if they give them prepaid, maybe that will go down? People will not be able to see people again to be collecting money. At least the means of collection will be automated.
Yes, prepaid is okay, but my fear again is that these people with the level of corruption
and greed
in their system. Don't you think a time will come they will also manipulate those prepaid meter, just like what the telecommunication is doing now? You load a data that was supposed to be for 1 month, maybe 4 gig or 3 gig. You find out that after 3 days the whole thing is exhausted. They've been able to manipulate it, unlike before when all this smartphone and BlackBerry were just coming up then. I could remember really, if you load 1 gig on BlackBerry, it lasts you for 1 month, no matter what you download. But now, even if you load 10 gig, if you are not careful, after 1 week, and it's meant for 1 month, you find out that after 1 week, the whole thing is
siphoned. So
I just pray that even with the prepaid, because these guys are something else.
So with all what we've said on this podcast now, then what do you think is the problem with these people, especially in terms of taxation, in terms of their taxation methodology, and the way they harass people, the way they come to bring people's light down? What do you think is the problem? What's your own experience, sir?
Well, I think IKEJA Electricity Distribution Company needs to train their staff on how to handle customer care service, because most of them I've encountered seems to lack this attitude of treating their customer the right way. That's just one thing I felt, and I think transparency and accountability is absent in that particular disco, because I've had encounter with them personally in some instance where I have a meter that is working. That was about a year ago.
Reading meter,
yeah, it's a digital meter for a single phase. So the meter is working, and on my bill it reflects that they actually come in to read that particular meter. But not for once have I seen a staff of IKEJA Electric coming to my apartment to take readings. Every month they'll just give me the bill. I'll just say, okay, you've used.
Oh, nobody come to even knock the door to even talk about the meter.
Nobody comes. At the end of the month, I only see the bill, and if you wrote your previous reading, your current reading, then they will do the subtraction and give me the bill. But what I discovered was that there was a day they brought the bill, and I was so irritated. I checked the readings on the meter with the one they brought, and I could see a huge difference. That means, despite the fact that I have a meter that is working, I've actually been billed on an estimated method. So it's really terrible. But what I do was I take up the case with them.
You took up the case with them?
Took up the case with them.
No, what was the counter like? What did you discover?
No, what happened was I wrote a petition against the marketer that this is what has been happening. That not for once has any staff of your company come to my apartment to take this. And every month I usually see this outrageous. And what I did then was that I personally undertake an assessment of the whole reading. Because what I do was, on the first of a particular month, I took the reading of that meter. Then by the end of that month, I also took the readings just to know my consumption in a month. Then I discovered that
the volume of consumption,
that it has been overloading by even more than 100%.
Oh, they've overloaded you?
Yes, they overloaded.
Like over 200%, just over, you're not able to overcharge you?
Yes, that means
so you are using below?
That means I'm using far below of what they are giving me. So I took up the challenge, and they initially wanted to prove, but when I presented my evidence, they just had to call the manager and say, you have to fix this. And it was only fixed for maybe about 2 or 3 months before they said they are no longer using my meter, that they phased that one out, that I'll now be placed on estimated billing. And that's what I've been facing up to now.
Which undertaking office was that?
This was Alakoko undertaking office under Abule business unit.
Alakoko undertaking office under Abule business unit.
Exactly.
So they told you that your meter has been phased out.
Has been phased out, that they are no longer taking readings. Even there was a time they
came and said they've launched a new app, that the app they just come to my apartment. I think they did that once or twice before they stopped. So up from then to now, and they didn't even provide a prepaid meter to replace the one they said is
that they phased out.
That they phased out. So automatically they just place me on
estimated billing.
And since then I've been receiving all sorts of outrageous bills.
Like how much in a month? You use a 2-bedroom apartment?
I use a 2-bedroom. The maximum I've received so far from them is about 8,000.
8,000 naira.
Even there was a month that we didn't have
for 2-bedroom with just a simple family.
Even when I did the estimation, then my consumption was less than 100. Was less than 100 kilowatts as in per month.
That is so when the reading was still you still have the meter.
Yeah, when I went
before they now stylishly and fraudulently styled it.
As it is now, the meter is still working.
That meter is still with you. Still working. They were not able to take it away.
They
because in most cases they say their staff
we are no longer using that meter.
And because in most cases they say their staff stylishly steal it. Like in their largest case now, they are suspecting that it was that Akin that duped her, that arranged to steal 4 meters that were in the house before.
No. The meter is still in my apartment as I'm talking right now, and it's working. The reading is going on.
But they don't want to go by the reading.
But they felt we are no longer using it, and it has an inscription IKEJA Electricity. That means it was after the PHCL was broken down into different franchises. So IKEJA Electricity distribution was written on that meter. That means they were the one that issued it after probably the discos have been sold to them. So I wonder why they are now denying that we are no longer using it. And even if they are going to face it out, we should be able to replace it. But in this case, they just let me akimbo. Nothing, they just place me automatically
on estimated billing. And a fraudulent one for that matter.
And the thing just keeps fluctuating even when there's light and there's no light, there's no way to measure it. So that's just it. So to me personally, I think they should work more on transparency and accountability. They failed us in that. And I think the citizens too, they should stand up.
You mean the one that are cheated?
Yes, consumers and customers, they should rise up whenever they feel like being cheated by these people. They should take up the case. It works.
It works.
It works.
How?
Because I've tested it at times, but the only thing they need to be patient and they need to be consistent. And they too should not feel like we need to find a shortcut because we are desperate. That desperation must be taken out of it.
That is the consumers.
Yes, on the part of the
because most of the time when they bring
customer,
but in the situation whereby they don't write them, they don't give them notice, they bring down their lights. What do you think they should do?
Yes, they can also take it up with them. Like in the case where, because on the site I read there is a particular method for disconnection. They could insist on it that where is the disconnection notice? The former minister of power, that was Barrister Baton Fashola, made mention of it last year that they should be issuing disconnection notice before they should go ahead and do that.
But Fred in this video you watched the other time said he used it to help people, that he does not disconnect. But when he wanted to write for a pumping machine now, when he wanted to charge a pumping machine that bill that does not exist, he was able to write a disconnection bill.
I understand, I could see that, but if in that case, I'm just talking about a situation where you feel you have been cheated, rise up against them.
Like we are doing now.
Yes, the people need to rise up against these people. You need to challenge them. Don't think that they are your boss. They are not your boss. They are there to serve you. So if they come and tell you so thing, you too should have your own facts to disprove it. Take it up with them. Make sure you acquaint yourself with some of these rules and regulations. So whenever they comes to you, it might just work. You to challenge. As soon as they discover that you have an idea about how the old things work, they will change tactic and knew that okay, you have to know how to handle this particular customer. And again, secondly, because I'm just a tenant where I stay, at a point when they insisted that they are going to give us estimated billing, whenever we ask them those questions, they will say there are special meters installed at every transformers. That what they do was that they will take readings from that particular meter at the end of the month. Then they will make deductions of those that are using prepaid meters. Then the remaining charges, they will now spread it over to those on estimated billing.
But that's also fraudulent.
That's all fraud because no one has been able to see the readings they took from these particular meters. So they might just come at a month and said, for this whole community that are using this particular meter, you consume maybe 20,000 kilovolts. Who can verify it? No one can do that.
That's exactly what is happening at this Abule Taylor undertaking too.
Exactly. So I think the people as a community should come up, take the people by and say, if you are coming here to give us estimated billing, yes, we agree, but let us know the reading you are taking from our transformer, how it is being shared. Is there any form of transparency there? I doubt there is. I doubt. So if you actually wanted to convince people that this is like, open your book, let them see. Maybe it's their transformer, it's their consumption, and I believe they have the right to know that this is the amount of power we consume in this particular area.
They have the right to be informed about their consumption rates.
Yes, exactly. As
before they pay.
Before they paid.
So why should you just do a Gestapo?
Gestapo and just.
And even when they disconnect people and people connect themselves, Fred will say that he can go arrest them. But when we ask him about why he does not give disconnection order,
yes,
he said he cannot give because he's trying to help them if their money is too much. So that
I didn't understand them.
I can understand.
So if he knew that is what the law talks about, let him do it, irrespective of what. Issue this disconnection notice and discuss with them.
Even from what the lawyer said, he said 3 months that you have to write people, give them the first 10 days, and before you finally disconnect them, that has to be 3 months.
Exactly. So people need to acquaint themselves with those regulations and insist on it, and be ready to take the case to whatever level. These people are not jinn, they are not spirit, they are human beings. So that's just what I think.
On the last note, if you are going to give them in terms of credibility rating, how will you rate IKEJA Electric?
IKEJA Electric ratings now, I think I'll give them about 40%.
Over 100.
As at now. Why was that? I discovered they've sacked a whole lot of people. Like the particular marketer that inflated my bill, and discovered they've sacked him, and we have a whole bunch of young guys. And each time I meet with those guys, I say, see, you people are young. You are the one that should work towards fixing some of this. You want us to be responsible. Then you too must be responsible too. So I believe at this stage they can inculcate some of these things into their younger staffs, telling them to do what is right at all time. And at the what do you call it? The
upper key there. At the top level.
The top level, the decision making level, they should ensure transparency and accountability to the customer. Everything has been done in an opaque manner. If you said you install meters at every transformer, let people of that community know what they consume in a month before sharing that bill. And I'm sure in about 70% or up to 90% of transformer under IKEJA Electric, they have this particular transformer installed there. So if the purpose is for transparency, let the transparency comes. Let the people know how much they are consuming at that particular transformer per month.
In terms of information and relationship.
Yes, even if you give the excuse that people do illegal connection, the illegal connection can never pass whatever readings we have on that transformer. That will only be within the community. So it will still captures whatever power that are consumed in that community. So they should be more transparent and more accountability and more accountable to the people they served. The people are not their slaves. They are the ones serving us.
I think that's
they
a
are
good
their
one.
master.
We pay their bills.
We pay their bills. Because without us, they cannot function.
Thank you so much for your very wonderful resource presentation, and we appreciate this one. We're going to take another person for resource, and so that we can, before we run it up. So honestly, you are also one of the customers that, as a resource person, that we found your allegations very, very painful and all that. How will you rate your experience with IKEJA Electric, and do you think they are really worth the sorts of their job, or there is a need for reformation in terms of character and integrity?
Yeah, I think the problem of Nigeria concerning those guys is that some of them that have turned themselves to criminals. They come around without a notice and call the lights. And according to what I read concerning this thing, that before they can call the light, there must be a notice, a written notice to that consumer or a customer before they can come around. But today in Nigeria, we see people, those guys will just come around. Even at times they harass you for what you are paying for. I think if I want to rate them, I will say 30 over 100.
30 over 100. 30 over 100.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a peculiar encounter that you had, maybe with a landlord or with your landlord or with yourself, particularly with them?
The major problem, just like where I'm living now, I've been telling the landlord right from the time I'm parking that they should get a prepaid meter.
But why is it that prevalent? A lot of you in the video now, you saw how somebody has been chasing them for he has paid, but for 3 months they've not given.
Because I believe the only solution to this problem is prepaid.
So that it will be automated.
So yes, what you are using.
Yeah.
And you pay as you, at least just like a Glow or whatever. They said pay as you
go.
As you go.
Pay as you go. That's for Glow.
Yes, for Glow. So that these electricity people, they should also embark. They should copy the idea of pay as you go.
Automation.
It's not that bringing the estimated bill
physically.
Yes, now for my own house now they are bringing almost 25,000 naira.
How many bedrooms, sir?
Just 2 bedroom.
2 bedroom.
Yes.
25,000 naira.
They don't pay, they will call the.
That's Amadia area.
You pay half of it, they will call the light.
The other side of.
They say we are using light, and that's why they are bringing that bill. And we have told them that give us prepaid,
so that you can be able to measure.
Control. Yes. By myself, but
2 bedroom, they are bringing 25,000.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Just like that man that said in the video in Fred's office that they jack his money from, I think from 26 to 35, and it is in Amadia too.
I have.
$5,000, 3 bedroom flat.
Now him they do the prepaid for me. As I apply for the prepaid from 26, decrease up to 35.
From 26,000
yes.
to 35.
Yes.
Okay,
and 3 bedroom flats.
That make me the tell them now.
No. Okay, you apply. Okay, when you apply for prepaid.
Last week, the bill come again 35.
From 26,000.
I said they don't know. Say I don't apply. I don't know whether they don't know. Say I want to take.
But why? What's the meaning of this? No, you go all over the country.
As I want to pay this one.
I'm bad. I'm a confidential business. Shall it about toast stage? I'm a you are that and people.
I'm telling you, it's getting.
How better?
Ada. Who go punish this people?
It's getting too much.
I want to solve phone. No problem. Our people you go. No problem. Shout. I want to call on no place. To buy ya. I want to
IKEJA Electric.
I want to face. I want to face. Come here.
NEPA they tell people say people wey dey here no dey fight.
Okay, NEPA they are telling
they quiet now.
They don't fight.
NEPA come now as it come say wey dey here no dey fight. Say you wan make dey fight so that they go comot and me go fight am. Tell the boy say me go fight you.
So that they can collect.
Tell nobody go the big man no go fight that boy.
One people dey tell me that side yesterday. Wey dey Mr. Bola. So I tell am say I pay dey comot my light.
You get don now.
I pay 7,000 naira plus. I connect the light back. Tell me say I connect her back. Say na 50,000 and I be penalty. I say 50,000. He tell me say oga forget so no negotiation. I just walk away. Yeah, I go get 50,000 now. I get 10,000 I will pocket.
But they didn't even give you disconnection order now.
No.
They just disconnect.
Pack my wire.
Na wetin we fight for last time be that for my house wey dem come say dem disconnect. I say when your disconnection order wey you carry come. But we don't pay current. The problem. If you want disconnect us for outstanding, at least you go serve me.
No, they don't even meet anybody from my side. They don't meet anybody from my side.
Nobody dey house.
35,000.
See I'm here now. This one see I'm here now. It inside the line. No be him be this.
35,000.
No be him be that.
35,479 naira. 3 bedroom flat.
Ask am now. You know my place.
In
I'm there. How much time? You collect 20 there.
December 16. Oh my God.
Mr. Tokwe, you don't have to
We'll fight at the right time.
See you. I don't go keep quiet again.
We'll fight.
I can never keep quiet. I can never keep quiet.
Over there, now my dear, they are paying almost 45,000 naira.
How many bedroom?
Just 2 bedroom. 45,000.
Yes. They are under 332.
Yes, and they are paid for the prepaid.
Oh, they pay for prepaid
for 4 months now. Till now, they have not been able to come out.
They didn't release prepaid for them.
Today,
they are paying 45 for that 45,000.
Release the prepaid because of what they are enjoying.
And is this my Abule Taylor that taking office?
Yes, now. So there is a lot of problem, and I believe a government should come in to assist the citizen.
There should be a policy.
Yeah, the consumer, and tell them that if you cannot meter all the houses, then they should let them go and get another people that can handle it better.
They should take the license from them.
Yes, they should take it. I support. That's why I respect this man. And Babande Raji Fasola, he was really on the top of the case then before they remove and put another person. That this, if you cannot meter the houses in Nigeria, leave the industry and let another people come and take over. And till now, we have not seen any changes. The only thing is that let them meter all the houses in Nigeria. Give up prepaid meter, then we can be able to control what we are using. We can be able to control what we use and measure what we use, measure the current. So if you are, the purpose of payment will be automated. Exactly. Not that somebody is coming, bringing a ladder to come and fight
without any notice.
Cut the light without notice. You can see that the lawyer said, the lawyer even said that it's 3 months. You can go to jail. They are coming to arrest you because you not do it. And the problem is that by the time they cut the light, the period that you are in darkness, you are still going to pay for it. Are they paying that they will just let's calculate for 15 or 20 days you have not been able to use the light. Let's minus it. If they cut the light, yes, like the other man said, money still continue. Yes, the other landlord said that they kept bringing after they cut your light and they still keep bringing. Even you are not using, they cut down your wire, they still keep bringing bills, and they want to force you to use the bill. Then if you are not paying, someone like Mr. Fred will arrange police or whatever civil defense to come and arrest you. Yes, now that is what they used to do. That is, I think the government should come in and even give us a clear something concerning. Is it the government that is still controlling them?
There's the private sector now.
Or the private, because now government will say they have spent a particular amount of money on them, and some of them will still come out and say, oh, this thing is not belong to government, it's belong to them. So that is the area, and they still, like my own landlord now, he asked me to pay, I gave him money, but now I've not seen any prepaid meter.
How many months now?
Almost 2 months now. They are still bringing 25,000 naira every month.
Between 23 and 25,000 for 2 bedroom.
Don't pay. Disconnect your life.
How many hours do you use in a day?
Yeah.
How many hours do you use in a day?
I don't used to stay at home. So I mean, let's say 10 to 15 hours every day. And that is it.
On the last note, do you think there's a reason for IKEJA Electric to be called a good company?
They are not good at all. They are not good at all because they don't see their customer as king. They misbehave and talk to their customer anyhow. And then they are not good.
So they see the customers as slave?
Yes, slave. Big slave. So the word king, they have removed it and replaced with another word, which is slave.
Thank you for your commitment. We appreciate you so much. In fact, Mr. Kessler, I want to thank you and some other discussants that have been able to bring out their ideas on the challenge of IKEJA Electric and some other discourse and the problem in Nigerian power sector. We want to appreciate especially Mr. Cletus from what he said and from what they said, especially Mr. Cletus. Mr. Cletus is not his original name, but because of his own contribution is most germane, because you ask why should senior citizen in a community go to the office of his service manager to complain, and he tells them to sit down outside. He doesn't want to see them, or the guard abuse them. I mean, for the security man of a service company like IKEJA Electric to be abusing customers, like you saw in the other videos in this investigation, the video of this investigation is so very awkward, something you can't believe. And for people to come to your office, you can't even offer them seats. You talk to them, they are standing, they are hanging around. You talk like Lord. and you even say that you don't give disconnection order, that is company policy, and when you want to take money from people or you want to create a fraudulent money like the one you did with the woman that we interviewed, they are larger, you now suddenly raise a disconnection order because you feel that that money must come by fire by thunder. So Mr. Cletus's contribution is very important because you ask that what drives these people, what is behind their unfortunate behavior, whereby they behave and they talk to you anyhow, no courtesy, no charm, nothing. So, well, we are not doing this video to downgrade IKEJA Electric. We are only saying that things should be corrected, things should be done well. We are calling attention of the federal government and some very, very serious, even the lawmakers in the assembly, to please look at some of these issues. What do we do? But first and foremost, I want to also appeal that the management of IKEJA Electric, before anything, and the management of NERC, the regulation body, that is the National Electric Regulation Commission, that's the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission should mandate IKEJA Electric and Abule Taylor undertaking, because some issues there are very fundamental. They should find out where Mr. Kola is, who made one of the people, the victims we investigated, to pay 1.6 million and told her that there's nothing that can be done, when actually the house was locked for a couple of years and the building was not used by anybody, and he said they must pay. Then they should also look for the hacking, a guy who duped her, collected 250,000, which Mr. Kola said he has sacked. If people commit crime, there should be a system that will fish them out and punish them appropriately. Then Fred, with all what he has said, he should be properly investigated, and if he's wrong, necessary action should be taken on him. But I'm sure after this broadcast, there's going to be other follow-ups, because people's peace has been jeopardized. You have made people to run their minds so badly. You have insulted people's integrity, insulted a sense of humanity, dehumanized people. The case is at some of the police stations in that area. That is Ojoko, I think, is it Meron police station. The landlords at Sirepo community around Ofini area in Lerato and some other part of that place, they gave us interview in the course of this investigation. In fact, as we were investigating, Fred and his boys were making more mistakes, and we have everything documented, some videos. So we have limited space in this production to release, but we're going to do another video maybe when we are doing the one of those other people that we investigated and we are still investigating. We will do a special one again on Fred, and you will be so shocked some of the things he said, and we are very, very sorry that that kind of a person will sit in the position of authority and even have communication with human being. The best place you can put someone like Fred is where he can be dealing with files. Anybody that does not have human relations skill should not be made to sit on that very hot seat whereby people come and complain. You don't want to hear their complainants, and you don't want to hear their complaint. You don't want to hear complainants. All you say is that they should just go and pay. Go and pay. Either they kill to raise the money, either they break bank to raise the money, either they do juju to raise the money. Just pay, 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 pay. You said it. It's recorded. It's in the videos. Everything. Go and pay. You brought a bill of 312,000 to a house that is not using, that does not have a meter for pumping machine. You said it's going to pay, that the bill has not been coming. Somebody was hiding the bill, and you said they should go and pay for what they didn't see. So who was hiding the bill? Then later you said there's B700. So if there are B700s in the organization, why can't you find out the harbingers of the B700s? What is the meaning of B700s? Rounding it up, we are going to put out some other. the last batch of our finding. We're going to put out some solution measures. We're going to put out some final solution on what we think should happen and what we think government should look at to. The power sector should be one of the best things that this regime will do, and we want to believe that by the time President Muhammadu Buhari leaves power, we'll be able to appreciate that there was a total solution in the power sector. I know it's not going to be easy, but it could also happen. It can work. I know the president has the courage, and I know there are people who can look critically into what is going on, especially after watching this video, and you can understand that if people don't have prepaid, if the system of collection is not automated, there will always be chaos. People will always be fraudulent. People will always be high-handed. People will always be very, very mean. Because why should you be in your flat and when NEPA come downstairs, everybody is afraid, there's chaos everywhere, they come and bring a bill that you know that you didn't consume, and they say go and pay, bringing a bill of 48,000 to a bungalow, 24,000 to a 3-bedroom flat, when actually all what they use is probably under 2,500, and you say they should go and pay. So definitely estimation billing is evil, and I'm very in support with the very brilliant Honorable Femi Gbaja for saying that estimation billing is evil. And I want to also enjoin Honorable Femi Gbaja to please use your good office. You will go out of power one day, and we would like to see you at the airport and greet you very well, humbly. We would not like to see you and ignore you. We would not like to see you and hiss and walk away. I believe you have the guts, and I want to salute your courage, your political will, and some of the things you are doing recently, especially on the China, Nigerian, brouhaha recently, and the issue of the woman who came out to shout, the actress, during the beginning of this lockdown. I want to let you know, sir, Your Excellency, Honorable Speaker, that people like Fred of IKEJA Electric, Abule Taylor, undertaking have messed up a lot of life, a lot of senior citizens, young people, and they do it without precaution. They do it as if nothing will happen. They do it and they tell themselves, this is Nigeria, anything can happen. I want to ask, who are those who sponsor IKEJA Electric? Is IKEJA Electric not a citizen of Nigeria? Is IKEJA Electric bigger than the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Is IKEJA Electric bigger than the National Assembly? Is IKEJA Electric bigger than the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Is IKEJA Electric bigger than the office of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Is IKEJA Electric bigger than a conglomeration or conglomerates, bigger than a conglomerate of lawyers and rational-minded people in this country? Is IKEJA Electric bigger than a community of human rights activists in this country? Is IKEJA Electric bigger than the community of journalists in this country? Is IKEJA Electric bigger than the social justice system of this country? If it's bigger than that, then we should watch this video and let it go by. There should be no action, and there should be no reviewing of activities, especially between the discourse and ordinary people. I want to encourage and I want to demand that there should be a final solution. If these people don't give prepaid meter, if we don't automate the system of collection, we will always have problems of high-handedness, roguery, forgery, and all manners of misdemeanor. In our former video where we spoke to people at Lerato after the April 27 brouhaha between Fred, marketer, Tony, and some senior citizens in that area, some people say they even pay. They will pay 25,000 and what will be remitted into their account, what will show in the balance is 8,000 or 12,000. Why should staff steal money? Then in most cases, when they print those receipts for you, the receipt they print it with an ink that will disappear after 2 days. And Alaja said she was even telling one of the accountants at that office in January, the Alaja that was supposed to be paying 1.6 million, that please sign. I've paid for 3 months now, sign. And the guy said he won't sign, and that his predecessor that was signing was doing it at his own risk. Does it mean that we have criminals working in that organization, people who want to hide and run away after duping people? When you see their staff, they don't have name tag. Why should people go around carry ladder, carry vehicle, and they don't have name tag? You don't even know who to hold. You don't hear his name is Femi. Femi what? His name is Fred. If if not for the tail end of this investigation that people went to look for his surname, nobody can even trace Fred's surname. He's so powerful that nobody knows his surname. We were asking some of the staff, they said they should not release it. It's so bad to that extent. I want to ask, what are we doing? Anyway, in this small video, we give you a little solution, and after that we round up.
An inconsistent power supply was the main challenge affecting electricity consumers in Nigeria, which necessitated a change of guard from the old National Electric Power Authority (NEPA) down to Power Holding Company of Nigeria (PHCN) and the new privatization strategy under the discourse. Despite the change, the outcry of consumers worsened in the last 7 years, especially with the discourse like IKEJA Electric and few others. Nigerians have kept crying over the unabated power services to consumers over the years, which the Consumer Protection Council has no answer to. The consumers were made to pay bills without service rendered. In addition, the inability of aggrieved consumers to sue the power authorities' default succeeded in keeping them arrogant and obstinate. It is hereby recommended that there should be further and proper deregulation of the power sector in Nigeria, as it is considered that the power that lies with the National Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) still leaves the whole power ball to the federal government alone. However, as provided in the Constitution, the electricity sector is in the concurrent legislative list, which means that both the federal government and state government can regulate electricity. Therefore, the Electric Sector Power Reform Act should be revised to be in harmony with the provision of the Constitution. This, if effected, will decentralize the power sector and bring about increased efficiency and create a playing field for more innovative investors, and also create more competition among the players in the industry, which will lead to better services, which is what the objective of the National Electricity Regulation Commission (NERC) and the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (FCCPC) is all about in relation to consumer rights and protection. As it is now, the lack of consistent electricity tops the major challenges that have a significant effect on the consumer and industrial goods sector. For one thing, the electricity problem limits the output of the industrial sector, which then reduces the need for industrial and capital goods. Frequent power outages at homes and factories also damages home appliances, equipment, and machinery, thereby increasing maintenance costs for businesses. This issue also affects perishable consumer goods, as power outages make it difficult for the end consumer to store perishables over a long period of time. As laudable as these rights are, one would expect that their implementations will be swift and progressive, such that consumers and distribution company relationships under the power sector could be smooth sailing. The reverse is, however, the case. Years after the privatization of the power sector, customer service relationship remains an all-time low, still reminiscent of the pre-privatization era, where electricity consumers were subjected to the dictates of officials of the power sector. Unfortunately, these problems persist as a result of a lack of awareness by electricity consumers of the rights that cater to them under the reformed power sector. As evidenced by the popular saying, When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse becomes inevitable. It should be noted that until consumers understand this right and legal protection and become proactive in enforcing them, they will remain at the mercy of unscrupulous officials of the power sector.
Well, we want to thank you. You've had it from that voiceover. And until we bring another special investigation series, which we believe we will be able to do, we want to let you know that Nigeria is working and that Nigeria is not a bad country and that things like this will not be hidden from now. And if you have had such experience, we want you to share this video, drop your comments at the comment section, and also share your experience with us. We are going to put our email address at the introduction section, that is at the comment section. We're going to put our email address. You can write to us, tell us what you feel. Also come here and tell us what you are feeling in your area with any of the discos company, and even especially IKEJA Electric or any of them. We'll be happy to welcome you, and we appreciate you, and we will continue to stand by truth. Till another time, we want to thank you very much. The discourse continues. God bless you. Goodbye.
Yes, also let the whole world know that we have been going through the hell in the hands of the IA people for the past 5 years now. They have been promising us, giving us perimeter. They refuse giving us, and it is high time for us to fight for our rights. So that's why we are here. Yes, we have been on this struggle for the past 5 years. We have, we got a judgment from the NEC mandating them that they should give us perimeter. We got an agreement with them, with their management committee, that they should give us a perimeter, which they promised, and up to today they have not given anybody in our local government. So now the question now is that if it's 5 years that it's going to take us before they give us perimeter, we want to be on darkness until the perimeter is provided. Actually, the government says the perimeter is supposed to be free of charge, but sometimes they were trying to exploit people by asking the residents that they should bring 100,000 naira and they will give them perimeter, which we told ourselves, our people, that they should not apply to it. But you know, some people that even paid the 100,000 naira up to today, they've not given them the perimeter.
So we also learned that I think they started going around the community to vandalize the transformers. I don't know if you are aware of that.
Yes, I'm aware. Most of the transformers have been, the GMP has been dropped. Some of them, they remove the cables and asking them to go and pay 2 million naira before they can replace the cables. All these are what we are fighting. We are trying to fight against. We cannot say like that and people are just coming around. They are doing their business, and we know they are doing their business. At the same time, we will not allow them to intimidate our people, just like that.
We also learned that I think some of the staffs, they are also rude to rest. Anytime they go to their office to make complaint, they are also rude. They can just back the door on you and then they just walk you out of their office.
That one is very, very rampant. The so-called undertaking manager and the accountant there, the way he embarrassed people, I've made up my mind that I will not have anything to do with them. Instead of me going to the office, I rather go to their management, because they are very, very rude. They intimidate people, they bang door on people, and they talk to people anyhow.
Please, what's the name of the manager and the accountant?
Well, the name of the manager, I think they call him Mr. Fred. I think it's Fred. Not Fred, but the accountant, I don't even know his name. Well, what we have to say to the government, that the government is not doing the right thing. I think if the government believe they want to assist the poor people in this country, is a question of giving an order that they should provide meter to every citizen in this country. After all, the meter you are giving us, we are paying you at the end of the month. So I believe the government is not helping us. The government should mandate them that they should give us the meter. If they give us the meter, everything will be cheap.
Kinola Depo is my name, and I've been in Lagos since 1964, when there were a lot of industries in Lagos, more than any part of the Nigeria, from ECN to NEPA to PACN to IKEJA, all of them, even Ibadan, electricity, all of them are the same thing, and they destroy the economy of this nation. this is the greatest, the richest nation in the whole world. I am talking internationally that this is the greatest country in the whole world. But NEPA or PACN or this IKEJA electricity, they are now the one causing problem for this nation. Up to now, Nigeria is employed by the resources God gave this nation. But the source of power supply has been drawing Nigeria back, and they do a lot of corruption. The entire establishment is corruption from A to Z, from the smallest to the highest. For instance, they come to transformers and steal the wire away, and will tell the area concerned that they should gather 500,000, 1 million or more to replace the part of transformer they carry. That is apart from because of corruption that they have not given prepaid meter, because by prepaid meter they will not be able to steal your money. It is what you consume that or what they supply that you will consume that you will pay for. Nobody wants to owe NEPA or IKEJA electricity. Nobody wants to owe them, but they don't supply and they bring bills. There's a time that there was no wire, they carry all my wire away, and for 4 months they were bringing 2,000 plus every now and then, whereas no wire at all to even supply me. So they are thieves. When I attended the Abuja Tribunal in 2008, I was called by the National Assembly to NEPA probe, headed by Elumelu. At that place, I told him that certainly NEPA is, this IKEJA, they are certainly licensed armed robbers because they rob us. If not, they should have given us prepaid meters that will charge us what we consume. The moment you charge us what we don't consume, this is a arbitrary bill, this crazy bill. They are actually stealing, and they have that power to steal and get away with it because they are government agency. So in order for things to change in Nigeria, this organization should give us prepaid meter and stop vandalizing our transformers, taking our wire away in order to demand money from us. We have been to many overseas nations. For instance, when the Abuja probe was going on, somebody who came from New York said before he was coming, light went away for the first time, and a 45-year-old man never saw that power will go. Right now, that place, they are using about 44 million megawatts in New York City. Nigeria is just 2,000 something. You can imagine. It's not even enough for Lagos. So we are calling on this authority and the government to wipe away all these organizations if they continue to live in corruption and punish Nigeria.
My name is Desalu.
Okay, so what's happening here today?
We're not here to press for right. We've been on this for more than 5-6 years, and I have not been telling us a series of lies. They are full of deceit. So we are pressing for prepaid meters. That's just it.
Okay, so what has been your response all the while for the past 5 years?
Yeah. Deceit upon deceit. Deceit upon deceit. That's just the basic truth. We have series of letters here from us to them and from them to us, and yet they just flout all their promises. They never. In fact, we went as far as the forum, and the judgment of the NEC, they are not coming up with it. So that's just the truth.
Okay, going to their offices, like the undertaking that is controlling your area, what has been their reaction? The NEPA staffs, the IE staffs?
We don't need to talk to them in the undertaking office because they are just a non-starter there. Except if they are forced there, then but when it comes to this type of pressure, there is nothing the undertaking officers can do.
Okay, we learned that one of, I think the head there, Mr. Fred, was going around destroying, vandalizing people transformers.
Well, I cannot confirm that, but I know we have so many transformers that have been vandalized. And to date, and as at about 3-4-5 days ago, Fred led some guys to Abule to use a stick to remove their GMP. So we don't know what is wrong. And that is a crude way of disconnecting people.
Who is that, Mr. Fred?
He's the undertaking manager for Abule Taylor. We've been writing to the government since, and all we can just appeal is that the government should pressurize them to meter everybody, as simple as ABC.
to give you prepaid meter. Among the first set of people we are going to give. Then the smart meters came. They did not give us. They started from. They stopped at near Kola. And by the time we were asking, the next thing was that dollar has gone up. You know, all this, we are doing business for God's sake. So the issue is, give us prepaid meter. If you recharge 2,000 on a prepaid meter in a month, you use it for 6 months. Presently, a flat is given 8,000. Estimated bill, which is illegal. This has been driven by the House of Assembly. So all these things is just we're exploiting people, they are ripping people off their markets and whatnot, and this is just, you know, inhuman. How will we continue? What do we want to fight for? The next generation. If we don't press for it now, if we been on this since 2015, can you imagine going like this 5 years? So what are we talking about? So what we need is prepaid meter. Prepaid meter, prepaid meter, prepaid meter. Thank you very much.
We are here today because in the year 2015 we were here for the same thing. By then, Atiku Baje was the managing director to pay for what we consume. After all, the banks did not ask us to pay for ATMs before they giving it to us. The petrol station didn't ask us to pay for dispenser before they fix it. If we are truly Nigerians and we are honest, please, we are begging everybody that is concerned, all the authority, give us prepaid meter. It's about time. I was in the UK for more than 17 years. Are we happy what the white people are saying? That we are not honest? Are we honest? If we are honest, give us prepaid meter. We are ready to pay for what we consume. No prepaid meter, no payment. And we are doing this for everybody, for our children to come. At my age, what would I tell my children that I've done in my lifetime? Baba Awolowo, we know they fought for us. They fought for our independence. Abiola fought for this democracy we are enjoying today. Let's make sure that we have something to live for. No prepaid meter, no payment. Number two, let's fight for efficiency. If the pay meter is there will be efficiency. All this, buy that, buy this will not be there anymore. Please, let's fight for efficiency. Thank you. God bless.
Forever, so Paid meter, but eventually we just saw that they went to Ikorodu, we went to the other side, and they didn't give us up to date. They didn't give us. They be giving estimated bills, and when we tell them, they will, and when we have problems, we go to them. Say, go and pay first. Go and pay first. They are just treating us as if we are animals. I'm expecting positive results. We told them from May, that's from the 1st of June, because you know they might not bring them a bill a month after. From May, which is from 1st of June, the May bill we are not going to pay until they give us right. But we are surprised that we give, in fact, the land is steady up till now. They said they should remove it even from their grid, whether it's 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 years. Anytime they are ready to give us prepaid meter, then we pay, because as it is now, they just give us any bill, and this bill is giving us inconveniences. No matter how. When the people with prepaid meter, they buy recharge of about 2,000, they use for 2 months, 3 months. Then somebody with about 2 bedrooms like be paying 7,000, 8,000, 6,000. And if you don't pay, they come and cut your life. It's very embarrassing.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever.
What we are expecting is that they should agree that they give us the payment, because they are giving us expensive bill. The money we are not using. Secondly, they carry civil defense with the gun to come and embarrass us, which we are not like it. As they go inside here, let them agree with them and give up the payment. Effect from June 1, the main bill we are not going to pay from them now. That's where we stand now. That's why we are here today. We are already make our rally last week Thursday also, or in all the environments, which we reach Abule Taylor undertaking is the one control us. When we went there, and the boy there, that the manager there, he doesn't care. And whenever they come, start to cut a wire and carry a wire away on the estimation bill. From in a 2-bedroom flat, they give you 15,000, and sometimes we are not getting the light. So what are we going to do? That's why we bring this thing down here today. So our people that they go inside, we want them to give us prepaid meter. When they give us prepaid meter, then we buy card, and we pay for what we use. What happened here is we are not abide with our request. Whether it's 1 year they take like that, no problem. We agree. So because we cannot die. Many of us, we come from somewhere there's no light, and we are living. So we cannot be paying for what we are not using. It's not possible. So we are here today. We want them to respond to us in a very good way. That's what we expect.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights. No payment. No prepay meter. 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 Abule Taylor no prepay meter. Alota no prepay meter. Meno no prepay meter. Abule Igba no prepay meter. Ojokoro where you no prepay meter. Meno where you no prepay meter. Abule Igba where you dey no prepay meter. No prepay meter. Méjì nǹkan, Jújù là ń kọ́, August September ń kọ́, December November ń kọ́, no prepay meter. No prepay meter. No prepay meter. No prepay meter.
NEPA have been cheating us for long. We have been paying atrocious bill. Is it not what we eat that we vomit? We have been paying what we did not bargain for. 2 buildings, I have only 2 rooms.
and I'm paying 8,000, 4,000 every month. We have written a lot of letters. We have come in, we have even met the NEPA one-on-one. We have discussed, we had a lot of meetings. They keep on promising. I'm not coming. I'm expecting them to give us prepaid meter, because if you have prepaid meter, it's what you use that you pay for. If I like for 1 year, I may not even recharge my light. I don't have to pay. But this one, they will not give you light, and they are expecting you to be paying. They are strangers bill. We have a lot of accumulated bill. The accumulated bill are as a result of giving us 18,000. Two people in a house, you bring 18,000. Where do you expect me to pay 18,000 in a month? How much am I earning that I will be paying 18,000 in 1 month? So we have to abandon those ones. And they promise us that those ones we are not going to pay again. That they give us prepaid meter. They should give us prepaid meter. When they give us prepaid meter, is this what you use that you pay for? No prepaid meter, no payment. We are ready. Let them come and remove their life. We are ready to be in the darkness. We are not going to pay any amount.
Thank you very much.
We started it last month, so we are not going to pay.
Men are what you want. Olota what you want. Abule what you want. Abule what you want. Ojokoro what you want. Olota what you want. Mero what you want. Olota what you want. Olota what you want. Mero what you want. Mero what you want. Mero what you want. Jokoro, what you want? Jokoro, what you want? Jokoro, what you want? They know what you want. They know what you want.
Prepare me, prepare me,
what you want? Maybe liquor, maybe liquor, June liquor, July bill, August bill, September bill, October bill, until you give us,
solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights.
Why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we here? Abule, why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we here? What are we doing? What do you want? 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 What do you want?
My name is Pastor Okwe Oya.
Okay, so what is this rally all about?
It's just about this estimated billings by the so-called IKEJA Electric, IE. Precisely since 2015, we have been on the struggle. They have not been dancing to our tune, by the way, and that is why we are still on it. The attitude towards the community is very, very bad and nothing good to write home about. It's as if they have been threatening the people in the community by this irregularity and estimated billing. And whenever we complain, they don't listen to us. It's as if they don't have listening ears at all.
Anytime you approach them in the office, how is their responses like?
Very bad towards us. Very, very bad. They don't want to listen to any of our complaints. When we carry our complaints to them, they don't attend to us at all. They have been changing their boss time to time.
Okay, the one
but the
now.
current one is, I think it should be Mr. Fred.
Okay. I think report got to us that the man was just going around destroying transformers.
Exactly, because we heard the meeting yesterday and it was reported that he threw a stick on the cable and removed the oppressor. That made the people going to be in a blackout.
For close to 72 hours.
More than.
What do you want from the government?
I want them to intervene. Though they have been playing their part, but it's as if they don't recognize the government. Because there's a judgment around January 2017 precisely. We have been given the mandate and we have been justified. And they have been told that they should come and give us prepaid meter. But ever since then, we haven't seen anything at all about it. The agreement they made to us is they are giving out free. For now, with the announcement I had on radio, is as if they said that they wanted to be selling it, that if you're interested of getting one, there are some certain offices that they made mention that you come there, you pay, you do this, you do that, and then give you whatever they wanted to give, but we don't believe in that.
Because a lot of people have been asked to bring as far as 100,000 to...
Exactly. People have been paying that, but it's as if they are using it to settle their standing bill. That is the debt outstanding bill, which is left room to them alone.
No prepared meter. Abule Taylor, no prepared meter. 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 Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for right.
The police are for us now.
Yes.
They are for us. Police have to protect us now.
Yes.
We don't have problem. Without us, there's no police now.
Yes.
Without police, there's no us now.
Yes.
So don't worry. Since we are not having any problem with anybody, so no problem with police.
We are not confronting
We are here because of the police. Police is here. The police is from community.
They are also affected.
Is it not from the community?
Yes.
When he remove his uniform, we don't live in the community.
Yes.
With the uniform, we live in the community.
Yes.
They are our friends.
Police in the tracks.
What we told them, our reason for when they are ready to give us prepaid meter, we are trying to they are doing map or no map. Our stand is our stand. We don't want their light anymore. And if they give us light, don't pay. No payment. So that is our stand.
Yes, so
if it's 1 year, they are ready to give us the meter.
Yes, so
we are ready to be in darkness.
Yes,
so but for the intimidation that they are doing, they should continue.
Yes, sir.
Bí èèyàn kan bá gúnyán fún wa, àwa á jẹ. Ìgbà tí gbogbo wa bá gúnyán fún kọ́, àtẹ̀jẹ́ tán.
Òkú ló dé yẹ.
So ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lọ àti sọ́ńtà fẹ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti rí àwọn gbogbo ẹ̀ nínú tẹlifíṣàn lálẹ́. Tó bá wù wọ́n kán fún wa ní mítà, tó bá wù kán máa fún wa mítà. Tó máa fún wa ná sàrà ni nobody will pay àti sọ fún Ọlọ́run wa lọ́wọ́.
Ẹ̀kọ́ náà yí wọlé.
And the outcome is still we stand on our point. Without prepay meter, we are not going to pay them. All what we we are saying is that they should give up the perimeter. If it's 1 year that we'll be in darkness before they give up the perimeter, we are ready to wait until they give up the perimeter. We cannot continue. They are telling about map. Well, map or no map is not our business. All what we are saying is that give us the perimeter. Without the perimeter, we are not going to pay. If it's 1 year that they are ready to give us the perimeter, we are going to wait until that 1 year before we get the perimeter. That's our agreement. My message is for them not to pay. If they give them light, they should not pay. Yes. If they want to disconnect, they should disconnect. But they must make sure they give them disconnection order. That's all.
100% from my own side, I'm supporting it, and I believe my own people over there we are supporting this stand. Okay. And they want anything our leader says in our area, we are by with it. We stand by that, and the Lord has stand with us. Because this is the issue that is very clear. We are asking for our rights. These people has been cheating our people so much. We are talking about estimated bill. How do they get to it? People supposed to be paying, let's say 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. We are giving them 5,000, 10,000. On what? When there's no industry in their houses or in the area. Just only common people. If 2 or 3 people living in a room or in a flat, we'll be giving 5,000. So we have tried since 2014, and we thereby they did not come to understanding of the community. So the community is more than us because they are the one who send us as a leader for them, and we should lead very well. So from this, we believe that enough is enough for cheating our people. And please, there's a lot of people at Surulere to Lagos. They give them prepaid meter. What is wrong with our people over there for not giving us prepaid meter? 2015 to 2016, we won them in court, and they said the minister said that they should give us prepaid meter, and we are stopping it in there. We have tried a lot of things, having a lot of different meetings with them that please, okay, this estimated bill should stop. Let's do the things in the right way. Even go to individual houses to know what they are using. Not come about it. So this time now, we cannot continue looking because the bill is too much. And give us the perimeter, and we are ready to pay your money. Oluwati, I'm a missionary. So when you're talking about mission, that is why this mission concerns me, because my God believes, we believe in life. Christ believes in life. Everybody belongs to God. And God created everybody to live perfectly, peacefully on this earth. And some top over there should not be using their power to put us like a slave.
So all the residents of the 51 CD at Okeodo Agbado SCD in Alimosho local government, they have left the premises of IKEJA Electric on their way to House of Assembly to go and make known their pains. So these are the headers in the land on their way to National Assembly to make known their pains. They are already at the National Assembly. You know how it is in Nigeria. They are not being allowed to enter because of security reasons. So they are outside trying to negotiate with the security men. Let's see how the outcome is going to be.